Okay, so welcome to my channel, and I am so excited to start like this series of self-improvement, self-affirmation, like just selfness. So basically, I have changed a lot over the years, yeah? Like I feel like I've completely transformed myself. And like if you knew me about 2 years ago, you do not know me now. Like get to know me again because I'm not the same person, and I have had so many life lessons just thrown at me against my will. Some with my will, but that's not the point. So basically, I just wanted this to be a safe space where I could actually help other people. And it's not that like I've got all the knowledge, that's not what I'm trying to say, but sometimes you just need to hear it from somebody else. And life can be so hard, yeah? And everyone's going through something. So even if you just use my videos to fall asleep because I bore you so bad, I will take that, okay? I will take it. So, for the first episode, I wanted to talk about how you basically stop caring about what people think. Because as soon as you stop caring, yeah, as soon as you stop caring about what people think, is such a freeing feeling, and then nothing will hold you back. Like, for example, yeah, I don't give a fuck what people think about me. So much so, I scare myself because I don't know what I'm going to do next. Like, I'm unpredictable. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm so silly, honestly. Anyway, so basically, I've got this thing of just having to hype people up, be like a personal hype man. I will try to do my very best to like help someone make the best decision. Do you get what I'm saying? I can't force stuff yet. I mean, trust me, if I could, I literally would have so many videos, a lot of content, but I can't because it has to come naturally to me. And I like to have a purpose. And whenever I'm on a night out, yeah, I find myself just like hyping strangers up and having like deep conversations because like it's what I enjoy. I get like a buzz off talking to people because I'm basically a social butterfly, okay? So, how do you stop caring about what people think? Firstly, yeah, you have to get to know yourself so well, okay? Because one of the reasons why you would care about what someone thinks of you is when you're not sure in yourself. You need to be so sure in who you are as a person, and you need to own it, okay? So, like, for example, I've had to get to know myself, like, my toxic traits I have, the things I do that's just like an ugly way to be or an ugly way to react. But then at the same time, I've had to get to know, like, actually, Leah, you need to be kind to yourself because you do have good qualities. And it's like, knowing a job interview, like, you have to, like, say what you're good at and stuff. And, like, no one wants to do it because it always feels, like, so narcissistic to be like, cool, I'm actually really good at this. No. There's a difference between being confident and then a difference with just being a twat is what I'm trying to say. So I'm aware of the bad things I'm like personality wise, looks wise, any wise. But then also I'm like, do you know what, Leah? You're a kind person. You would do anything for anyone. If someone needed you, you'd be there. And I feel like those are actually really good qualities to have as a person. Those are like crucial characteristics that can really help other people. And I really, truly believe in like putting kindness into the world. So that's basically like I'm on a mission. I'm on a 1% mission. My mission is if I can make my interactions, my habits and my routines 1% better every single day, and it could be the tiniest 1% ever, which is what makes it so easy, then eventually throughout the year, like all those 1%, yeah, they add up real quick because time goes by fast. And then basically, yeah, you just end up better. To recap, because I'm a waffler, by the way, I am a talker, so Lord knows how I'm eventually gonna stop recording this. So you get to know yourself, okay? When you know yourself, yeah, when you know yourself so well, better than people that barely spend any time with you, yeah, how are you going to let someone else tell you about yourself? They can't. There is not one person, one soul on this whole planet that will ever be able to tell me about myself. Absolutely not. It ain't going to happen. Like most of my comments I get are actually very nice. Like people are really nice to me. But I get a few, where people think they're trying to be funny. They'll say about my lazy eye or like, well, mainly actually the lazy eye that comes up a lot. But like, I actually find it hilarious, okay? I find it so funny. I've got a really good sense of humour, okay? Not to float my own boat, but I don't take things too serious. But it's like, when you know that you've got a lazy eye, like, if someone was going to try and bully me about my lazy eye, like, how are you trying to tell me something factual about myself? How are you trying to tell me something I already know? Like, trust me, this eye wanders. It goes where it wants. Even if people think they know stuff about me, they don't really know me as well as they think they do. So it's like, it just all feels like, yeah, okay, it's your perception of me. That's not actually the truth, okay? Another example, you can get bullied, which honestly, like, people that bully are absolutely disgusting people, okay? They need a lot of healing that they need to do, But for example, if you're being bullied, if someone's calling you ugly, for example, I feel like that's a common one that people would say. Just because someone is calling you ugly, in what world is their opinion correct? Like, why are their words having so much power? Because they're saying you're ugly, that means you're ugly. No, come on. Like, one person's going to say it. Even if there's like 5 people that were saying it, that does not mean that it's true. It just means that those people just really get off on trying to bring other people down. And I think that's also what helps you to not care what people think, because when you actually start to understand the psychology and actually try and think about the reasons why people might try and bring you down, it just actually kind of makes you like feel like sorry for them. Like, it makes me empathize with people, because I'm like, okay, you must really be hurting inside to try and project that onto other people. Because let me tell you, if you're a happy person, if you're truly happy within yourself, you do not want to bring people down, okay? Like, you do not want to bring people down. When you're so happy in your life, so content, you think you're going to then just start talking negatively? No. When you're a positive person, you spread that energy as far and wide as you can, like, push it out. Do you understand what I'm saying? So even though, to be fair, I don't completely understand the thinking that if you're an unhappy person that you project that, because you must be an unhappy person that doesn't actually have understanding at the same time. Because I have been in very dark places, especially like from 2020 onwards. Like, honestly, I felt everything was just getting worse and worse and worse, even though I'm still a very positive person, so I can go through shit and you would never know, because I'm just outwardly always positive. It's a character flaw, but it's also a good thing at the same time. When I felt so dark, so alone, had like the most messed up thoughts in my head, I still wouldn't wish that on anyone. Because when you know what it's like to be that low, to feel that bad, you wouldn't wish that on anyone, like not even your worst enemy, because it is such a horrible feeling, okay? It's such a horrible feeling. So that's why, like, there has to be some self-projection of hatred, but they don't actually really get it. Like, they've not done enough reflection to actually think about their actions. That's the only thing I can put it down to, okay? So then if someone's self-projecting badly onto you, after that explanation, like, do you actually feel like what they're saying is truthful, or do you feel like maybe they've got a lot of healing to do and like we can empathize with them and just brush it off your shoulder, like brush it off? I will say, my way of thinking, I will credit completely to my dad, because he was the best dad in the world, and any good qualities that I currently possess are all because I was raised by him. And he was a very level-headed man, and he had all the time in the world to help anyone. So I feel like that's where I've got it from. So to recap on that section, the second reason is because people are so deeply unhappy and unhealed that they self-project their opinions or their words on reality. They might say something, doesn't mean it's the truth, okay? It's like, for example, you know the sky is blue, and I'm just a really angry person with a lot of hurt, and I'm telling you that the sky is green. I can tell you that the sky is green 100 times, Are you actually ever going to believe it when you know that it's blue? And that's literally what it's like to get to know yourself and to be happy and content with who you are as a person, because if you know that you're blue, no one's going to be able to convince you that you're green. So deep. It's so deep, Leah. It's so deep. Okay, so besides like the actual bullying aspect and people being unhappy and projecting, let's just talk about the fact that maybe you want to do something, but you're actually just worried about what people are going to think. Like the thought of someone finding out or laughing or taking the mick out of you is what's stopping you, okay? For example, I wanted to do YouTube, and I was doing YouTube like, oh my god, I've been doing it for so long, and then it's like I didn't really know what I was doing. I just knew I wanted to create something, but I didn't know what. Yeah, and it's always horrible when you think like, oh, is someone going to find out? And if someone finds out, are they gonna laugh at me? Nearly everyone will watch some sort of YouTube video, yeah? There'll be a person they love or some sort of content that they love to watch, yeah? And people admire these people, okay? So it's either because they really like their content, or people just end up liking people because someone might have 1 million subscribers. So then they're just unconsciously liking that person because all these people following them, so they must hold this value. Do you understand what I'm saying? So it comes down to a number thing, because I can guarantee you, yeah, if you had like 5 million subscribers on YouTube, people wouldn't have shit to say because they'd be like, well, that's 5 million people that like them. Like, I'm not odd one out if I'm going to take the mick out of them. Do you understand what I'm saying? I never used to really like talk about my YouTube or anything like that because I was like, oh, people I know watching me, blah, blah, blah. Oh my God, now, please, everyone I know watch me. Like, I don't even care if it's bad attention. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, watch me all you like. And I know for a fact that there's people that I know that secretly watch me, and if anything, that makes them the weirdo. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, who's the weird one now? Not me, it's you. There was a time where we was all in tribes and we all had to work together in like these little communities, yeah? So it's like, I'm guessing that's why it's like ingrained in us to try and get some sort of approval from other people and not do anything that's going to make people talk. But really and truly, yeah, if you are not paying me, I'm not going to give a shit what you think. And to be honest, yeah, even if you are paying me, I probably still won't care because my integrity is so high, yeah? It's so high that I will not be swayed by money. And I don't even have a lot of money. I'm currently unemployed, guys. I'm currently unemployed, okay? But I just will not be swayed by money. Everything has to be on my terms or like a fair compromise. Do you understand what I'm saying? So I just feel like these people that you're so worried about saying something about you or judging you or like what picture you post or what job you might want to do or what hobby you might have, yeah? All these people that you're so worried they're going to judge you so you're just not doing what you want. Do you think they really give a shit? Like when you go home and shut your door, is it really that deep? And I feel like losing my dad has given me such a perspective. I started to get like this anyway before he got ill. And then he got ill, and then that was just like a lot of trauma that I probably haven't even processed properly yet. And then obviously I lost him. And then my patience, I've literally got 0 patience now. It's so bad, guys, and I'm working on it. But I'm self-aware enough to know what I need to work on, okay? But when you realise, yeah, that nothing is actually ever truly over until you're dead and in a box, yeah? Like, that is freeing. And for me personally, the worst thing in the world that could happen to me is me losing my dad. And now that that's happened to me, it's like anything else, it really ain't that deep to me. Like, it really ain't that deep. Everything in life can just feel so overwhelming and just, it's not reality, basically, is what I'm trying to say. Like, nothing is actually ever that deep because in 100 years, yeah, no one's going to remember us. There'll be a whole new generation. It'll be so different. We won't exist no more. Like, we're so worried, but we're not even going to exist in like 100 years. Leah who? Leah who? Please tell me. Unless YouTube keeps my videos up, then maybe. And I just really wanted to stress this point because life is so short and I feel like we shouldn't let anything or anyone hold us back. Do you really realise that caring about what people think, that's not them holding you back. That's you holding yourself back. That's crazy, isn't it? The mind is a very complicated, self-sabotaging bomb that's about to go off. And it takes so much work. But trust me, like you could say, oh, it's easy for me to say it. Yeah, it is easy for me to say it because guess what? I've lived it. I used to be so completely different. I would care what people think. Now I've gone the complete opposite way. I probably need to be dragged back a little bit, but absolutely 0 chance of that. I just feel so free, and it's because I don't care about what people think. I'm at this point in my life, I would rather make myself look like the biggest twat, the biggest crackhead, if it kind of makes other people not feel stupid. Like, I will be that clown for everyone else, so then they can be like, oh, well, at least we're not as stupid as Leah. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, please, easy. Also, another example, yeah? I've got so many examples, it's ridiculous. So, obviously, there's some people's opinions that maybe you should take into consideration, like family or friends. Now, I say take it into consideration because at the end of the day, yeah, they probably will have the best interest for you at heart. But if it doesn't align with what you want, if it still doesn't feel authentic, then you can just politely be like, look, I really appreciate your opinions, your thoughts, but at the end of the day, I've got to do what's right for me. And trust me, I have done that before. I've had literally situations where I've gone against what people wanted me to do and they weren't happy about it. And I literally had to say, like, look, I love you, but I'm still going to do it. It's my life. And guess what? People get used to it real quick. Like, I never used to post on Instagram, guys, yeah? It used to be, like, just a classic where everyone would post pictures of food, blah, 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 blah. And then I realised, yeah, that I didn't actually have that many pictures of myself. And then I was like, right, I'm going to start taking more pictures of myself. And then I would start posting more like body pictures, etc, etc, etc. And you can literally like look back on my Instagram and just see like how my confidence changed. And that's because I literally did go on a whole journey, and now like I'm so confident. And people might look at my pictures and be like, oh, she's so up herself. But that ain't me, do you get what I'm saying? Like, I'm a very humble person, but pictures and stuff like that, it ain't deep to me. It ain't deep to me. Also, guys, I've got, yet again, another example. It's another example. So what I get a lot, yeah, is guys approaching me and, like, they've got a foot fetish, right? And this gets a lot of, like, people being like, oh, that's so disgusting, blah, 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 blah. By people saying that's disgusting and stuff, that actually just tells me that you don't have an open mind and you're not willing to have an open mind, okay? I'm always open to have an open mind. I've said open about 10 times, okay? If I had £1 for every time I said open, I would not need another job, okay? But really and truly, yeah, like, I don't judge these people. Like, if they want to pay me to see pictures of my feet, I'll get my feet out right now. Do you know what I'm saying? You can look at my feet all day long if that's what you want to do. But I just feel like, why is there so much criticism? And then, like, people are too ashamed to, like, just talk about it openly because they feel like they're going to be judged by all these people, even though it's the biggest fetish that's out there, can I just add? And this is such a weird example, but I'm trying to give, like, very broad, different examples that I've, like, seen, okay? And, like, these people aren't hurting people, okay? They're not doing anything unkind. They literally just have a fetish, which I googled, and I'm pretty sure it's the way that your brain is wired, like what parts of it fall on certain parts of your brain. So like it literally can't even be helped, okay? And I just feel like those people have every right to go and touch some feet, or lick foot, lick toes, suck toes, do whatever they want to do. Do you get what I'm saying? And this leads me on to the whole judgment side of things, okay? Because you need to practice not being judgmental, okay? The reason why I also don't care about what people think is because I do not hold judgment against people, okay? Like, it's their life, it's their business, okay? Only if it's going to directly affect me, then I can give my perspective on situations, yeah? But at the end of the day, I don't judge people. So then I think if someone's going to judge me or say something negative about me, one, they don't know me very well, or my heart, my soul, my mind, they don't know me that way. And two, they have some serious healing to do if they're spending their energy judging people. Do you understand what I'm saying? I've worked so hard to work on having this like invisible bubble around me, force field, if you will. And it's literally just protecting all my energy. And once you realise, yeah, that people cannot penetrate that bubble unless you let them, okay? As soon as you give people power in their words or their actions or their thoughts, you're giving them the power. You've literally removed all the power you have to protect yourself and given it to them. You might as well just let them punch you in the face. But no, you shouldn't, okay? Always get the first punch in. I do not condone violence. I feel like this is the biggest waffle, and I hope I'm making sense because I'm literally freestyling this, okay? But I'm hoping at some point something will click of what I've said, and you can kind of understand. And look, don't get me wrong, I'm self-aware enough to know that just because I'm saying all this doesn't mean I'm right or wrong, even though I'm probably right, okay? But it's just my perspective, and it's just what I've learned on my own journey. Life is social. We honestly do not know if we're promised tomorrow. Like every single morning, yeah, we should just be so grateful that we got to wake up, because so many people didn't. And that's what I say to myself most days. And most days I can have a good day, because I'm like, well, I can't complain because I'm here, I'm breathing, I'm like here. I just kind of wanted to give you this video. This is my present to you, this whole video of just like some sort of empowerment, where you can be like, do you know what? Let me get to know myself, and let me be so sure about myself that not one motherfucker on this planet is ever going to change the way I view myself. And I'll do whatever I want with absolutely no shame. Because really, truly, there's really no reason to have any shame about anything you want to do, okay? Unless it's an actual crime. And even then, some crimes I don't feel like should be crimes. But, okay, we know the worst crimes. As long as you're not doing the worst crimes, yeah, nothing is really that deep, okay? Nothing is really that deep. I feel like I've said everything I want to say. I should probably make notes. But I hope you've enjoyed this video. Even if you haven't, I hope you've had a lovely falling asleep to the sound of my voice. I feel like, should I have a voice in radio? Maybe I'll do my outro in a radio voice. Like, let's just stop trying to get through each day, and let's actually just try to enjoy the day that we're on, okay? Let's not look back in the past. Let's not look in the future. Let's focus on the day that we're on and be in control of our own actions. Like, be in control of our life. Be in control of our habits, our thoughts, everything. And I'm going to do so many more videos. But if you want me to talk about anything specifically that you're dealing with, or you just want like a friendly shoulder to cry on, yeah, just DM me on Insta and I will literally help you. I will literally do anything I can with every fibre of my being, okay? So this is Leah. I'm just going to talk in my radio voice just to finish off this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. I've got a whole list of ones I want to do next. Clearly do not listen to the radio enough. Anyway, in all seriousness, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time for my next video. Bye!